Who is this monkey and why does he keep showing up everywhere? Let's find out. Okay, so the monkey that's been popping up everywhere is the latest iteration of a Chinese god, Sun Wukong. This is coming from the video game Black Myth Wukong, a game out of China that focuses on this character's story. Now, this story comes from a 16th century novel called Journey to the West. It's, I believe, 7 volumes and like over 2,000 pages. So we're not going to read all of it, but we'll take a look at some passages about Sun Wukong. Now, for most of you, this is not the first time you have seen some popular culture version of Sun Wukong, who is in Chinese mythology is a like a trickster god. You've seen him at least once before. I can almost guarantee it in the form of Son Goku from Dragon Ball. Goku was pretty openly inspired by Sun Wukong and some of the abilities that he has, like flying around on a cloud, and some of the general demeanor of being a trickster, especially in the original Dragon Ball. In the mythology, there's this sacred realm with a giant stone. And this isn't just any giant stone. It has measurements and features to it that are specific to the creation of the world. And it's a sacred stone. Now, this stone became pregnant with a divine embryo due to divine inspiration from the celestial bodies. And stone breaks apart, and a smaller stone falls out of it. And from this smaller stone hatches Wukong. He's just a little baby monkey that somehow hatches from a stone the way a chick hatches from an egg. And right from the beginning, he's got some crazy powers. He starts by bowing in the 4 cardinal directions north, south, east, and west, which by itself is pretty impressive for a, you know, 2-minute old baby. But as he does this, he unlocks laser eyes, and his eyes shoot this laser beam that like knocks the hat off of the Jade Emperor or something like that. So then he goes and he hangs out with some monkeys, and they're all hanging out by their favorite river, and they want to follow the river to its source to see where it comes from. They all go upstream up this river until they find a waterfall, and the monkeys kind of talk amongst themselves, and they say, "Man, whoever goes through that waterfall, that would be the man. That would be the best monkey." So Sun Wukong dives through the waterfall and finds a giant stone mansion, huge and beautiful. All the monkeys move in and they live there and they declare him the Monkey King. And they live like this for a few years in prosperity and peace and enjoying themselves until Wukong gets a little bit antsy. Then he goes on an adventure and he's out there for 9 years walking around looking for whatever people look for when they strike out on their own. Could be anything. I once traveled halfway across the world just to get away from so, people will do what they need to do. So after 9 years, Sun Wukong finds this immortal Taoist sage on top of the mountain of the heart and mind. The sage gives him the name Sun Wukong. So up until this point, it seems like he doesn't actually have a name. He's just a monkey and then a monkey king. And then this Taoist sage gives him the name which he'll be known by for eternity. It's been 5 centuries since that novel was written, and we've already had movies, video games, anime, all based off of him, all based off of the name Sun Wukong. And the sage trains Sun Wukong in many different things, including the path to immortality and shapeshifting, which, if you've seen some of the trailers for this game, seems like a pretty prevalent feature. So it takes many, many years, but Wukong achieves a method of immortality by training with this Taoist sage. However, after Sun Wukong achieves his immortality, the gods do not approve, and they vow to destroy him through calamities. And that's where the real adventure starts. We'll pick up there on the next video. Maybe I'll get the game, play it, and narrate it for you from a historical perspective. Only for work, of course. I'm not getting any enjoyment out of playing this awesome video game where you swing a staff around and kill giant gods and turn into a beetle or a tiger or a dragon. I would hate that. I'm no gamer. I'm no gamer. I just need a PlayStation 5 for research purposes. It's got nothing to do with my enjoyment. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.